It's a well-known cycle that when a game or a piece of media gets popular enough, it will have merch. Finding good merch is hard in the sea of mid, especially YouTuber merch. They really have some interesting choices regarding their merchandise. Please just make subtle merch and not something that screams, yeah, I'm odd. Regarding Genshin merch, it's not hard to see that Genshin doesn't lack merch. Just go on Google and type in Genshin merch, get past the sea of mid, and you'll see thousands of pieces of merch. Some are straight up weird, but others are something I'd be willing to spend money on. Like, who wouldn't want the Kazuha car? I still can't believe it's real. Or the Albedo dress. It honestly baffles me that somebody is out there riding the Kazuha vehicle, or the Kazuha Express. Now, this is a worthy opponent to the Neon Genesis Evangelion merch, which apparently you can live off of. I was scrolling AliExpress as a girl usually does, hunting for what Raiden merch to get next. With Genshin being fresh on my mind, I started thinking, even pondering, what if you try to play the game with characters you have merch of? Now, as a big fan of merch in real life, my room is filled with Genshin acrylic standees, posters, and a lot of other stuff. I don't know how my parents allowed this, to be fair. They don't even judge me for it. My mom even helped organizing some of my standees. No shame in enjoying something in this household, apparently. Thanks mom and dad for the non-judgment. Back to the important stuff. When I was on AliExpress, I ordered a ton of merch because I kind of forgot you can do that since Sumeru. So I got a big shipment coming my way. I'm going to count them in because I ordered them. And that's what got me the idea. So put some respect on my order, will you? I'm glad that AliExpress, where I've gotten most of my merchandise from, shows what you've ordered even if it was a long time ago. Saves me from the trouble of reminding myself what I've got due to the fact that all my merch isn't only in my room. Alright, with that being said, here's a list of all the characters that I have merch of. Well, that I know I have merch of. If you're curious, I have the most merch of Raiden Shogun. Big surprise, I know. Wow, I would never have thought that the person who has the C6 Raiden on her main could have the most Raiden merch in her room. Also, I had a Raiden cat keychain which broke in half. I tried fixing it with super glue, but sadly it kept breaking even after that. What choice did I have? I had to throw it away. But being in pity is for losers. And I ordered a new one, thinking it'd be as good as the old one. But the new one is massive, and so I don't use it. Oh, and if you're wondering why you didn't see some of the characters on the AliExpress page thingy, well, you see, I got quite a big part of my merch collection as a gift from my friends and my ex. I'm not gonna yap much longer, so here are the rules. Firstly, only characters that I have physical merch of. That includes posters, badges, pins, acrylic stands, postcards, and whatever else. However, it doesn't include digital drawings or anything digital as a matter of fact. So, for example, I've drawn Shenhe, but due to the fact that I have nothing that I can actually touch means I can't play her. Second rule, all weapons are allowed since most characters don't wield an obtainable weapon in their splash arts, so if I did that, the challenge would be impossible. Third rule, if I accidentally use a character that I can't, it's a spin on the punishment wheel. Fourth rule, no actually buying new Genshin merch so I can have new characters that I can play with. Only applies to me buying it. Other people gifting to me is fine. I can't really control other people and what they do. With that being said, the main goal is to have fun, so let's get on with the challenge. To get started with our adventure, we have to choose a twin. Now, what I usually do is I'd leave it up to chance. Head for Lumine, tails for Ether. But since there's a great discrepancy between the amount of Lumine and Ether merch, the obvious winner of getting picked is the one that I have more merch of. With a single piece of merch or Ether, Lumine gets to be the main character of the series. As for the name, I wasn't going to be all Shakespeare and put it as something uberly mind-scratching. I stuck with a simple name like Mercy. It's kinda like Mercy from Overwatch. Yeah, I've been playing that game too much recently. After getting kicked out of the Unknown God's crib, it's off to Mondstadt. While I'm scurrying in the background, it's a perfect chance to say, if you're interested in my content, why don't you subscribe to the channel? Click that like button and leave a comment below of who you think I'm going to get next. Whoever is right will get a singular peanut for their efforts. I'm a small channel, so every sub counts. Am I right? I know I'm right. Anyways, enough of being cringe. Back to the meat and potatoes. The slime part isn't hard because I have Traveler. She's going to be trivializing most of the early game content because, well, it's early game content and they had her in mind when making it. We triggered Wallin because we're a smelly Genshin Impact merch collector, and then I meet Amber, who I surprisingly have a poster with, so it's fine if she joins the party. I'm not saying she's going to be there for long, but it's always nice to have a pyro character and an archer, since most of the early game puzzles require either a pyro element, an archer character, or both. Since we're talking about elements, there isn't a real need for the other elements due to the fact that I have the Traveler, and you know what Anemo element does to all the other elements, excluding Geo and Dendro.
Road trip! Who's in? No, not you, Seamus. Ah, poo.
Yeah, it's Worldstem, making it so that the Traveler can actually activate most of the overworld puzzles by themselves. That's why they're the GOAT. Amber tells me to defeat some villagers, and well, what choice do I have? I have to bulldoze a nice villager family for my own needs. Sorry fellows, the game made me do it. You guys are going to be back tomorrow anyway. Realistically, would they be the same villagers or are they different? If they are different, then how fast do villagers appear? That'd be interesting, but I'm not a lore nerd, so who knows. Off to Mondstadt I go, waiting out the unskippable cutscene of False Time. I just find it funny how it changes the time of day due to it being a pre-rendered cutscene. With Amber yapping to me about wind gliders, I obviously follow her instructions. Hey, just look away. But yeah, it's a skip to the flying part. It shouldn't work. Who knows, maybe it'll be patched. But it's been like this since the beginning of the game, so highly doubt that it will be. After me shooting at Dwelling's booty for a minute or two straight, it's off to the most important place of this challenge. Yes, it really is Jean's office. Man, I love Jean. She's triple crowned at C6 on my main account. Anyway, it's where we unlock the major piece of Genshin Impact's gameplay. Yes, it indeed is the one and only wishing system. Also, how long is it going to take for all these things to unlock? Before I do the wishes, I'm going to be wishing on the standard banner since Noel banner gives me a guaranteed Noel. And well, I don't have any merch of Noel, so it's kind of a waste of temple if you ask me. Besides, I have a few 1.0 characters as merch, that being Barbara, Shelling, who you get for free anyway, Bennett, Sucrose, Jean, Mona, Chi-Chi, and Ningguang. Actually, I have a lot, but it's not worth risking it to maybe get one of them. As a true fan of putting my luck on the battlefield, it's time to wish. Now, this wish is crucial. It will reveal if I get stuck playing Amber and Traveler, or I get somebody that's actually up for the challenge and helps me. Okay, Bennett's perfect. Funnily enough, he's a character that I got pretty early on my other series, Speedy Abyss. Check it out if you want to see where that account is going. Besides that, he's an amazing overall unit with healing, damage boost, and great damage by himself. He's surely going to be one of the most played units on the account, with other wishes giving me nothing.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I go on to Amber's domain. Now, Amber's domain poses no challenge to me because, well, I have the character that the domain is made for, so it was pretty easy. While going to the next domain, I do my little route of getting Primo Gems from exploration. It might not be much, but it's honest work. I also get some achievements and Adventurer's Handbook's quest done. I don't even have the Adventurer's Handbook currently, but since I have a master brain with knowledge of everything in Genshin Impact, I know that it's one of the required quests to hunt an Abyss Mage. This is the type of knowledge you obtain after sinking hundreds of hours into this game. Some may call me a non-grass-touching goblin, but the lion doesn't listen to the whimpers of the weak trying to cut its mane down. Continuing on to Kaya's domain, which out of the three could pose a potential problem for me. With Kaya unplayable, ice bridging in the early game becomes impossible. Why is this a problem? Well, you see, Kaya's domain requires you to pass the skill check with the spikes on the floor with an ice bridge, but with that gone, how are you supposed to get past this Pacific Ocean with spikes on the bottom? Good that the answer is quite simple, we just use our legs to jump over it. Now, can Traveler take off with a graceful jump and get past all these spikes? Well, not on the first try, but that's fine, we all make mistakes. With the first hurdle done, now comes the second platform. If I don't make this jump, we get put at the start again and have to do the first crossing again. Lumine takes off again, but this time, first try is all she needs. With Kaya's domain done, and the biggest pain point of the 3 beginning domains done, it's only 1 domain left. Also, get Kaya out of this team, nobody wants you here. I don't have much of you, so that must mean I'm a hater. Lisa's domain without Electro wouldn't be possible. As you can see, I don't have any Lisa merch, so I have to do this domain Electroless. Maybe this is the first time I have to use a character that's not part of my merch. Maybe it's time for the punishment wheel. Who am I kidding? This domain has a pretty easy solution to the no Electro problem. Now, this is where the skip of the domain comes handy. You just hop off this platform and glide your way to the other side, basically skipping everything. This is faster than doing the domain even with an Electro character, since the skip is the fastest way to the end. With that, the beginning domains are done, and I have to grind until AR 10. Before the grind starts, let's kick Lisa out of our party. Because, well, no merch of her. I went to Mondstadt to go to the blacksmith, but I got stopped everywhere. The main reason I came to the blacksmith is so I can complete one of the Adventurer's Handbook quests, which is to forge something once or twice, I don't know. After that, I go claim my handbook from Catherine. Thanks, bro. I claim my rewards for the first chapter. Almost completed chapter 2 of the handbook, but I'm missing some quest requirements. So I head to the Mondstadt common shop and buy some milk to do the processing quest. That well is not on this page, but for the future. And then I go talk to Lynn, who just eats my skewer. But she gives me the ingredients that I need. With the cooking quest done, I go start Kaya's quest while simultaneously starting Amber's quest. Since I've done these quests a lot of times, there's no need for navigation. Just my big brain is all I need to remember the places that they are at. Why would I do both of these quests at the same time? Well, you see, both of these quests take place at very similar places, so it's more efficient to do them at the same time rather than separately. Oh, and I reach AR 9. Both of these quests are quite simple. For example, Kaya's quest is literally go yap to Kaya, go to forest, defeat some hilly trolls, claim the chest, go to Springwell and activate totems, then do the domain. And that's it. So I won't bore you with these quests. I glide over to the statue of the 7 at Dawn winery and defeat the Eye of the Storm and offer my animal accolade to the statue. With that, I reach AR 10. I'm going to let Pashkoa take this over. It's time for the tempo. Just rep it. 4-star, please be something playable.
The name Shikanoin Hazel, sharpest and most successful detective of the
Oh my god.
Life's really put you through the ringer.
What? That's unreal. And a sacrificial sword? Ow! Hazel was the character I least expected. Well, because I actually have merch of him. He was meant as a gift, but past me actually forgot to give it to the person. So now he's in my collection. Yeah, meaning I can use him. I searched for the Amber Quest place for a minute straight. Sorry, I didn't know I needed to be on 3rd pixel 10 to activate the quest. With throwing bombs on innocent Hilichurl, all I need to do in the Amber Quest is go to the cathedral, but that can wait. With Kaya's Quest 1, I go farm some ley lines. With reaching AR 8, which unlocks ley lines, normally you'd go farm ley lines because you need leveling books or Mora, but not me. I'm going to farm them to complete my handbook quest. The first chapter that the quest appears in needs you to claim 3 Leyline Blossom rewards, and the other quest needs you to claim 10. With each Leyline costing 20 resin to claim, it's possible to do the quest in a single day now. Before, when your maximum was 160, you could only do the first quest, like Soil Burst for raising the cap from 160 to 200. Now the reason I'm doing the grind before I reach the required level for the chapter to unlock in the handbook, still I don't like that they did the level cap things, is because of the free XP. With the grind done, I can head back to Mondstadt and start the story again. With that, I'm gonna end today's video with that because so yeah, see ya.